Hello, hello, hello to my YouTubers. I am back. I haven't been on in a few days because I had to get some other stuff straightened out and work and all that good stuff. And guess what? I got me a webcam, something to give me a little light to make it, be more visible to y'all. So you won't see so much bluish, grayish, dark color. Well, anyway, I'm here. My title is Enough is Enough. Okay. Because of this incident what happened yesterday, I had went out, stepped out for a little bit, to go just socialize and chill and get out the house because I stay in the house a lot when I'm not out working because I don't work at home. I'm trying to though, but that's another story. But anyway, I'm out at this, little gathering spot where people come around, they eat, sit, chill, watch the game or whatever. We was having a nice time. Well, I noticed when I was there that it was a guy, it was an older guy there. He had to be, I want to say around about 40 some years old. He was in his 40s. I could say mid 40s and stuff, like that. And it was this young girl there. She was probably like in her mid 20s. Well, anywho, she was cute and all and stuff like that, just like young girls nowadays are, and stuff like that. And he was feeling good and everything, and he was trying to holler at her. So they gets to talking and playing, and he jokes around a lot. I don't know, I'm personally just observing like by me being there and stuff. Okay. And as they was talking and stuff and they're having a nice time or whatever, they're drinking and stuff like that. Well, I've heard on, I was listening to them and somewhat, watching TV or having my own conversation. But some little things that he said and did like stop me and had me to pay attention. So I did. So he was like literally trying to talk to her, but he's trying to tell her how to act and he's trying to, say you don't listen or whatever. Now, mind you, you can find a young person and you can find a young person and you can try to date a young person and stuff like that. But when has dating or trying to holler at someone or trying to holler at someone tell you it's okay to try to raise them again? You can't raise a grown person. They're already raised. Despite, the fact that she's younger, okay, she's younger in her mid 20s and you're older in your late mid to late 40s. So why are you, first of all, why are you trying to date a 20 something year old? And you're not trying to date her, you're trying to raise her again by telling her things that you want her to know. But at the same time, what kind of example are you setting? She's young enough to be your daughter. So why you want to date someone that's young enough to be your daughter, your child? So by you being up in age than she is and she's young, you don't want her to be your girlfriend or someone you like and try to take out on dates. You want her to be your child because you're literally trying to tell her what to do and how to act. If you're trying to talk to her and you don't like what she's doing or how she's acting, then you should not be associating with her. Stop trying to change her. And it was to the point that he was trying to be so controlling that he started getting loud and trying to embarrass her because she wouldn't listen to him. She's not listening to him because she's like, you can't tell me what to do, or this is me. Either you accept me for me or you leave me alone, period. And she was telling the truth. Act like, it was more like she had more sense than him. But you can't tell me what to do. I'm grown just like you. When can you tell a grown person what to do? You can't. You can't tell a grown person what to do. You can't raise a grown person. You can't make a grown person see things the way you want to see it. He was trying to control her. You don't want her acting this type of way. You want her to sit down, listen to you. You don't want her to say that. If you want to control somebody, go get your kids or have you some kids. Because those are about the only people you can control until they get up in age where they have a mind of their own and want to do what they want to do. Okay, so as it go on, people gonna be like, I can't believe she live screaming, smoking a cigarette. Yeah, that's what I do. I done seen people live screaming, smoking blunts. So I'm smoking my cigarette. Leave me alone. We had that in my last videos. I always mention that. I smoke cigarettes. Don't do what I do. Do what you do. Okay. But I'm just talking about something right now. Anyway, so pretty soon, they still hanging out and stuff, and they get back right, start back talking like sensitive people. The next thing you know, they arguing again. Well, she's not. Well, they are arguing because he's still trying to control her actions and how she do things. And mind you now that they're both drinking and stuff and they're having a nice time, but it's not like she's being loud or anything. I could tell she was getting annoyed by him because, they can't have a sensitive conversation because he's too busy trying to control her and telling her what to do besides trying to get to know her. They're not having a good time together. At this point, she's being annoyed. But she's trying to look over it. I'm not sure. Maybe she just wanted to hang out or whatever, because if it was me, I would have been left. I don't know if she came there with him, but if I came there with you, I can leave without you, period. And stuff like that. So, everyone just steady going on or whatever, and they go back talking and have their little bickering moments. They get quiet. He go talk to other people. But when he gets upset with her to the point that, I could tell he want to still be in her company, but at the same time, he getting frustrated with her because she's not listening or trying to bow down to him. So he might say something out the blue all loud so everyone can hear and try to talk about her or insult her, and stuff like that. And of course, she's going to talk back and defend herself or whatever. And he was like, you all cute and stuff, you fun to hang around, but you don't listen. You're not trying to listen. Somebody trying to teach you something. She was like, what can you teach me? What can you teach me? We're out hanging out. I'm trying to get to know you and stuff. And you just want to sit here and preach and all that. So eventually time went on or whatever. And pretty soon it was like it came from him, being annoyed because she won't listen, and her being annoyed to the point they came out to a straight argument. They was outside in the parking lot or whatever, but it turned into a straight argument to the fact that he was like getting so upset to the point like he wanted to put hands on her. And I just happened to be out there because, of course, I was smoking my cigarette. So I'm still listening to them and everything. Mind you, I not say nothing. I don't say anything when people are arguing. But right when it came to the fact that he wanted to, get to become abusive towards her is when I started like, hey, let's not do that, because I don't care. I'm a woman. And I'm not going to sit here in my presence and watch another man put his hands on another woman. Okay? So by me seeing that for to happen, I'm like, hey, hold up now, and I went over there and I stood between them. I was like, whatever's going on, y'all not getting along because y'all been bickering back and forth, and maybe y'all just don't have the chemistry or whatever. So I'm like, what is the problem? Why are y'all arguing? And stuff. And she was just saying, how annoyed she is with him. He's arrogant. He think he can tell everybody what to do, blase, blase. And all at the time, she just was ready to go home. So obviously she came with him because she was ready to go home. I guess he wasn't ready to go home and he still wanted to talk to her, but he didn't want to take her home. I guess because he couldn't have his way or whatever, he didn't want to take her home. So he was like, well, she all young and stuff and she ain't trying to learn nothing. And I said to him, why you feel like because she's young, she's not trying to learn anything? Are you trying to teach her something? And why? You're not her teacher. You're not her father. You're not her mother. You're not no one that can be in a line of teaching someone something. And definitely not under the influence, or whatever like that. I was like, she's grown. What are you trying to teach a grown person? You can't teach a grown person nothing. Okay. If a grown person wants to learn something, they're going to go out and they're going to find ways to get the answers that they need. But someone coming up trying to tell them this and tell them that, like, what are you doing so better? For you to be trying to tell me. If I want to know something, I'll ask you. If I don't want to know, I'm not going to ask you. So don't come trying to tell me what to do and whatever. He's going all off. I can't talk to her. She ain't. I said, then why are you trying to talk to her? I said, she's young. And by her she's grown, but she's young. And at the same time, you're not her parent. You can't raise somebody that's already been raised. I don't get that. Why do men do that? Why do older men that want to date young women try to do that? Date a woman your own age. Therefore, you won't have these headaches. Is it that older men can't handle the older women their age? To the fact that you try to go find a younger girl, now you trying to make her be something she's not ready to be. Leave her alone. Let her be. Let her do her thing. Let her have her fun. Let her do whatever she feel like she want to do until it's time for her to mature up and do better. Because eventually they does. No one wants to go out with you, hearing you nag and talking about you don't want to listen. And I mind you now. And I know that's the truth, because at the time when I was dating, I was young, but I would for some reason, I dated older guys, not old guys, but older guys. And I had times with them because they base everything off of my age. I was probably maybe 25, and they would probably be in their late 30s, early 40s. Like that, I dated this guy, and he was always try to he's not helping me or encouraging me or motivating me. He's trying to tell me what to do. Like, you shouldn't do this or you shouldn't do that. I'm like, hold up now. I was like, I got 2 kids. I'm grown. I live on my own and I pay my own bills. You don't tell me what to do. If you want to be in my life, then you be in my life, but I don't need another parent. I got 4. I got a mother, a father, a stepmom, and a stepdad. So I don't need all that. And I'm not even talking about all the great aunts, that is like a mother figure in your life. So I don't need you coming around trying to tell me how I am. If you don't like how I am, then you have the freedom to move on. But I'm not going to give you that choice, because I know what type of guy you are, and I don't want that type of guy in my life. So therefore, I'm going to move on. I'm going to say goodbye. Nice meeting you. That's it. Because I choose who in my life, and I'm not going to give you a choice to be this way or that way, being in my life. I'm going to just dismiss you, because if you can't change me, I'm not trying to change you, and I'm not trying to put up with the headache and the aggravation. So I had to kill that in the bud. But my thing is just knowing that a guy, that's older than the girl, he have a tendency of not trying to be a boyfriend, but trying to be a father. I'm like, God dang, the girl probably got her own father. And if she didn't, she don't need one now. And in that case, you can't try to be her father and sleep with her at the same time. What kind of mess is that, And I just wanted to say that it's just crazy that these older guys, older men, if y'all gonna go with these women and want to be in these women lives that's in their 20s, whether it's early 20s, mid 20s, or late 20s, know that a girlfriend or someone you try to holler at is not your child, and you cannot raise them or try to teach them something if they're not willing to learn. If you want somebody that already know these things, then stick to your age group where you don't have to preach or get upset. I know everybody, a lot of guys out here want them pretty young things, but them pretty young things out there comes with a lot of responsibility. Where when you get a woman in your age range that's more mature and know about life, it can come easy. I don't know what it is about those type of women that men don't want. Men in that I'm talking about men in the age bracket of 30s, 40s, 50s. They're all going for the the 20-year-olds. No, daggone well, a 20-year-old is not mature enough or ready to be taking on such responsibility. They just want to go out, have fun, do their thing. That's it. Let them do that. Give them the freedom to do that. Stop trying to change them to something that they're not ready to become. When you have women that's in their late 20s, early 30s, late 30s, 40 in your age bracket that's ready for the type of maturity that you want in this young 20-some-year-old that's clearly not ready. So at the end of the day, I said, well, if he's not ready to go and want to take you home, I'll take you home. Okay, I end up taking her home because I wanted her to feel safe. I don't want to get into, mix of someone else's, arguments and stuff. It was just the fact that I seen that he was finna become violent towards her. So I just wanted to remove her from that situation before she got hurt, or she could have ended up leaving with him and it would have turned to something else. And so I end up taking her home. I said, I'll take you home. It's no problem. I'm finna get ready to go anyway. It was about 10 o'clock anyway, so I was like, it's time for me to go home. I was over there and I was playing cards and stuff, whooping behind in them spade. Yes. So I won so many games, and it was time for me to just get up myself because nobody couldn't get me and my partner up. And we had a nice time, but I just felt like she had to come on here and say this, that it's ridiculous. I don't know how it is when a younger woman is dating a younger guy, because I never seen that or experienced or know what like a younger guy would go through for a younger woman. I don't know if she's trying to be his mother or something. Maybe it is like that. I don't know. It's just I can only base things on what I see. And 9 times out of 10, when I see something, is a older guy trying to get with a younger girl. I'm pretty much sure he's not trying to make her his girlfriend. Maybe it was just seeing, taking her out, maybe, to date or whatever, to see, maybe sex, I'm not sure. But I'm trying to figure out what kind of, what is the word I'm looking for? I know what I'm trying to say, but I just can't get it out. But what do they have in common? What does this 40-year-old have in common with this 20-year-old to make them connect? Absolutely nothing. They have nothing in common. If he have to argue with her and try to make her act this type of way or be this type of way or this or that, because he made a comment one thing about, you're going to be my woman. You got to put some clothes on. You can't come out dressed like that. And she said to him, you must go take me shopping. If you want me to dress the way you want me to dress, you going to take me shopping, and then he switch the subject when she go to talk about that, because at the end of the day, if she buy her clothes, she gonna wear what she want to wear. And I commend her for sticking up for herself, but it's like, I don't know if they ever went out before then or whatever. I don't know, but always women, when you're going out on dates, I don't care what age you are, you always make sure that you have a way home. If it don't work out, make sure you have a way home. Make sure you get someone you can call to come get you, whether you call a cab, take an Uber or Lyft, wherever you stay. Go get on a bus if it's necessary, but you don't have to be stuck in a situation that you don't want to be in. So you always make sure you have an escape plan. That's with anything, because you never know what go down. If the date goes left or whatever, you have a way of getting home. When you go out on a date and a guy is paying for the date, make sure you have money to pay for your own meal. Don't go out broke. Okay, period, because you never know how a date going to end, and he might not end up wanting to pay for your food. If he feel like it come to a point he's not going to get what he want out from a date, he might not pay for your food. So make sure you have money to pay for your food. Don't order nothing that you can't pay for yourself, period. And that's anything in life, whether you having roommates or whether you moving in with somebody, make sure you can pay your own bills yourself. Okay, if you staying in a place or you looking for a place, don't go over. If, say for instance, you and a friend decide y'all want to move in together, okay, to save money, 2 household, whatever, you and a friend, whether it's your best friend from high school or college friend, so when you met, y'all clicked or whatever, you want to find you a place to stay, make sure it's in your price range, okay, because everybody know roommates can even go left. All right. So when they just jump up and decide that they want to leave, you make sure you can still pay your own bills. If your lease up and y'all looking for a new place, either stay where you are or make sure whatever place you have, you can afford for what you make. Don't depend on someone else to continue to be there because anything can happen. They might have to move. They might have to, relocate. Something might come up. They want to decide they want to move in with their significant other or whatever. You never know. Or they just get tired of living with you and just ready up, jump, and leave if they're not on the lease. Still make sure you can pay things yourself. Don't go say, oh, it's $1,200 a month. You pay $600 and I pay $600. And then when that person gone, you stuck paying the whole $1,200. Can you afford to do that? That's just example. Because if you find something, I got to be able to know that I can pay a full 1,200 months rent for the rest of the year, however long you sign a year without that person. Same way you'll do that. Same way if you're going out on a date. You go out on a date with somebody, you make sure you have enough money to pay for your food. Don't be going all overboard, ordering this and ordering that and stuff, because people always have agendas. It's something behind every question someone asks you. Whether they just try to be nosy, whether they just try to get in your business, whether they just try to find out information so they can go spread or use against you. No matter what, it's always an agenda. So make sure you cover yourself. You ain't got to tell everybody everything. If I just meet somebody and I'm going out on a date, everything is not meant for them to know on a first date. I'm sorry, it's not. This is the first date. It's for me to get the feel of you, for you to get the feel of me. We're going to talk and we're going to chat, but we're not going to get real personal because I'm not for certain you're the one. If it continue on and we're talking or whatever, as time goes by, then I start revealing, stuff about me, more personal stuff about me as time go by. But on the first date, you can't spill everything. And even when you are in a relationship with a person, everybody don't have to know everything about your past. If you're in my present, my past, no. Only certain things a person should know about your past. Because when you get into arguments, people like to use your past against you, And that's the only reason I say that. People say, well, your husband or your wife's supposed to know everything about you. No, they don't. Who said that? Only thing they supposed to know about you, everything about you, is from the time y'all meet to the time y'all got married. That's it. Anything else behind all that, you don't have to tell them because it's none of their business. That don't have nothing to do with you. That was before you. Now, if it comes to the point that it's something I want to share with you, then that's totally different. Then I'm going to share that with you. But I got to make sure you're not this type to say, oh, well, we're in an argument and here you go bringing up something in my past that has nothing to do with you. Don't do that. Don't even bring up nothing in the past when it does have something to do with you. What the hell are you talking about? That's in the damn past. You still on that shit? You want to bring that up in a new argument? That was the last argument. Don't be bringing up old shit into a new argument. That means when we said everything was settled, it wasn't settled. It's still on your mind. So you're still talking about that when we're clearly talking about something else. So now we got two problems in one argument that we still going on about. That's crazy. I'm not made in that box. I'm outside the box. I always think outside the box. Because one thing I can't stand is for someone to throw my past in my face. Now we really finna argue. And by that's me saying argue, that means I'm finna tell you to get out of my house. For real. Don't do that. Men, stay in your age bracket if you want someone mature. If you don't want something mature and you're going lower than your age bracket, then take it for what it is and don't be trying to raise somebody else's child. There's a lot of people in their 20s that's more mature, but they still have immature ways because they're growing up and they're learning. That don't mean they're not immature. It just, they're learning like we used to when we were kids. When we're growing up, we had to learn. What we didn't want is someone always trying to tell us what to do. And that go from men to women to goddamn friends, because your best friends can try to tell you what to do. I'm like, God dang, girl, what the hell wrong with you? My mama at home. I don't know. It just, I saw that incident and it just got me thinking. I'm like, why is this man even putting himself now? Why is this man trying to talk to this young girl? Period. You know, she need to be around someone around her age, bracket as well. So they understand, people in your age bracket understand you more and they accept a lot of things because that's how they are. The same way older generation is going to, accept the older generation's ways because that's how they are. They're not going to do certain things. They're not going to say certain things. They're not going to act a certain way. They're going to act their age if they mature. But for some reason, these older men is attracted to these young girls. And I can understand why, because they're beautiful. Everything, gravity ain't set in yet. They shapes are nice or whatever, because that's all you can see. That's all what attract you is their body. The same way they go out there with no clothes on, it's the same what attracts you. So when you get with this person, what attracted you to her is the fact that she's going out half naked and she's cute. So why, when you get with her, you want her to change that? No. That's what attracted you. So you figure if you are attracted to her, the other guys will. Of course. But that don't give you the right to say, okay, you don't need to be wearing that no more. I just keep it real. Don't tell me what to wear. Yeah, I'm over there talking about that's too revealing. Well, honey, goodbye, because I'm going to wear how I feel, period. Only way that it can get me to change, like if I was married and my husband be like, babe, I don't really like that. I don't think you should wear that. Then I would, consider in changing. But it has to be my choice, not someone telling me that I need to go change. Who are you talking to? Well, we must not be going because now I'm not changing. It's all about how you ask a person, or if you want how to get a person to do something that you want them to do with not necessarily, trying to tell them what to do. And a way that you say things can get you a long way. Because if not, you'd be stuck in a rut and y'all supposed to be going out having fun, but now y'all in this argument, no one's finna go out and have fun now. I just want to tell people that relationships, whether it's girlfriends, living girlfriends, wives, husbands, or whatever, they're not your kids. You cannot tell them what to do, period. If you want somebody to tell what to do, then you need to have kids so you can tell them kids what to do. But you can't tell grown people what to do. You can suggest something, you can ask something, you can tell them your likes or dislikes, but you cannot make them do something that they don't want to do. That's why I don't understand. I'm like, are you trying to be my boyfriend or my husband, or are you trying to be my father? You're telling me what to do. You can't tell me what to do, whether I'm single dating you or whether I'm married to you. You can't tell me what to do. Don't say you better not do this. What do you mean I better not? You not my daddy. And he ain't finna tell me what to do because I'm grown. So who are you to come in here trying to tell me what to do? They're not your kids. Do not tell grown people what to do, and you won't get so upset. I'm just glad I can help the young girl out because I wouldn't have left her there with the guy because no one else seemed to care. I ain't gonna say I ain't gonna notice because they should notice because everybody in this small town, everybody know everybody. But again, at the same time, I wouldn't have felt right leaving her there. Only way I could have left her there if she ended up leaving with him. But when I offered her a ride home, she said, yeah, I took her at home. I ain't dwell too much in her or preach to her everything. I just told her, just look out for yourself. Be who you are and love you. You love yourself. period, and everything, because I ain't want to come back. She done had enough of someone preaching to her, telling her how to act and what to do. I wasn't trying to do that. I'm just trying to get her to safety, get her home safe, to make sure everything cool. I dropped her off. She said thank you. She appreciate that and everything, went on in the house, and I continued to go home. But I wanted to get online because I really wanted to talk about it, because it was something that was really bothering me, and I'm still not trying to figure out why, Why is, these older guys trying to be a father to these younger girls when they're literally trying to get them in bed? How can you sleep with your daughter? Not your biological daughter, but she's young enough to be your daughter. You want to sleep with her, but you want to tell her what to do and act like you her father. That's so nasty. It is. I don't know. It's something to talk about, though. So if I ever get any subscribers or people that want to listen to my stream, let's talk about it. Especially from the guys, from the older guys that like dating younger women. If you're true to yourself, you don't mind coming on answering this. It's a good question, because every time I see it, it's the same thing. I don't see older women with younger guys. And that's another thing, too. Because if an older woman is with a younger guy, most of the time they want to say, oh, that's his sugar mama, or he with her because of her money. Why? Is it the same with an older guy trying to be with a younger girl? You with her because of her body and you want to just have sex with her? I don't know. But let's talk about it, I don't know. When I was younger and I was younger and I dated, older guys, but they wasn't that older than me, Even in high school, I still kept in my age range, And when I did get grown enough and I started dating, if I went a little higher, I could see it's a totally different. It's totally different of a guy if I go higher, because for some reason they want to play that parenting role, like, try to control me and tell me what I should and shouldn't be doing, or how I should go about doing things. I don't need you to tell me all that. Who are you? You know what I'm saying? Not all of them like that, but just a couple. I dated. I told them I already see now I can't be with you because we're not going to have fun together, because you're going to always try to tell me this or tell me. I don't want you telling me this, telling me that. You don't know me. You don't know what I went through. You don't know how I live my life. So why are you here trying to tell me how to go by, my life? No. We're not going to play those games, and we're not going to do that. That's not somebody I want to introduce to my kids, I don't need someone around trying to control. I don't need you helping me raise my kid. I raise my own kids, and they got their daddies. We not together, but they got their daddies. Period. So they don't need to hear it from you either. You're not my man. And that's one thing I never did. Like when my kids was growing up, is I didn't really date. And if I did go out on a date, I didn't bring them home to my kids. They never, no one, if I wasn't in a serious relationship, no guy that I met my kids. I did not bring them home to my house. None of that, because I already knew if something is going to be serious or not, and that's by me, not by judging by them. I don't know what they were thinking, but I know that if I'm dating you and I haven't invited you home to meet my kids, it's not going nowhere. I already know that it's not going nowhere, Some of them, you just a little fling right here. We're going to go out, have a good time, chill and stuff, but you're not coming to my house and I'm not bringing you, home to my kids. You're not going to meet my kids. You're not going to be spending the night. None of that, none of that. And it's this other incident too. This should be another topic. I just really wanted to speak on that because I was like, why is he just so on her, beside y'all out talking about the game or getting to know each other or just having a nice time socializing with themselves and with other people around? You completely just keep nagging and nagging and nagging, and then you go talk to the friends over there about the girl you brought. whatever. If you know, it was just a hot mess. You just had to be there, I guess. It was annoying me. Well, that's it for my live today. I am going to come back on because I do have another subject that I want to talk about. Actually happened to me, you know. I just didn't want to put it on this one because I know I have a long, you know, streaming thing, you know, live, and I was like, I'd be going hours because I just be talking, and I don't want to do that. So I'm not gonna make it so long. But I want to say to those who come on here, you know, you can go ahead and listen to some of my videos, like, subscribe, share, you know, hit the notification bell because now I just come on when I want to come on because I don't really have any viewers or anyone that just want to, you know, watch yet. But if I do, I'm just going to tell you what everyone else say. Like, share, and subscribe. And till the next time, y'all have a blessed day.